Okay. Can you tell everyone that is watching what do you do for a living and how it is living in the city you live in being black?
Well, I work for Tennessee Department of Revenue, so I work for the state. Um, Here in where I live, Smyrna, Tennessee, it's not that bad. I mean, it's a lot better than where I've lived before, like surrounding areas like Murfreesboro. Just let's just keep it real. The police, they Murfreesboro police is horrible. Just saying. It's so many times that you can be stereotyped just for being black and being out, minding your business. There's times that I've been stereotyped and, I've had my child with me. But being in Smyrna, I don't really get that vibe. But then again, I mean, I try not to go places. I try to stay to myself because of that, which is horrible. I don't feel that black people should have to stay home to feel safe, especially having a black child. I want my child to experience the world too. But I worry about that every day, being able to go out and just be me, and not be stereotyped.
What do you think is the biggest problem in American black culture?
Unity. I really feel that us as a culture, we need to come together a lot more. You see a lot of things like in social media or on the news where, you know, people are saying, well, that's not my problem. Or, they just sitting back and letting it happen. And it's just like, well, what are we supposed to do if we don't come together as a culture? We're just going to sit back and let it happen because you or somebody else feel it's not your problem. Same thing about voting. You hear a lot of black people saying, well, I don't think it's going to make a difference. But it really will. You have to stand up and be that one, regardless of if other people feel that it'll make a difference. Maybe seeing you will change their mind. I really do think that if we come together, we can change a lot.
What have you done positive for your culture?
I'm really big in like community service. I like giving back. I kind of grew up and not having a lot of things kind of changed me, you know, and I feel like just paying it forward, it doesn't matter if it's something small, it's gonna change somebody's life, just feeling like you have somebody there. You don't even have to know that person. Randomly just see somebody on the street and, you know, just like, here you go, that would make their day. So I love putting a smile on people's faces and paying it forward because I feel like that's what I was put here to do in a sense.
Have you ever witnessed or experienced black love?
Yes, I have actually. Not too often, let me say that, but what I have experienced is beautiful. And of course, that's something that I strive for. But honestly, in today's culture, it's not something that,
It's common.
yeah, it's not really common, and it's not something that you really hope for. Like, it's like you don't really want to get your hopes up because of what you see, honestly.
Okay. If a brother or sister approach you with a greeting of the day, would you normally say something back in return? Why or why not?
Um, Me personally, yes, just because uh, I'm friendly and I like to talk. But I mean, I wouldn't say that it would just be because they're a brother or sister. I do believe that even though I'm a black person and I'm dealing with these stereotypes and stuff like that, I still do believe that there are some cultures, other cultures that are they're still nice and
Acceptable.
yeah,
Yeah, to that culture.
I try not to stereotype them the way they stereotype us.
Understandable. Have you ever had a bad encounter with the police?
I have actually. I've had quite a few of them, honestly, more than I would like to say. And it's funny because the most recent one, I was on the highway and a state trooper, he stopped me. And, I have locks. So he thought I was a guy, until he got up to my window. And when he saw that I was a lady, he was just like, it kind of took him aback, like, oh. you know. So it kind of made me feel some type of way because it's like, okay, what if I was a man? Like, what exactly were you gonna do, or what were you gonna try? Like, it was because I was a female that he kind of just stepped back and kind of changed up his mo. I didn't really like that. It didn't make me feel too good.
Okay. How many people do you know that are incarcerated?
Too many, unfortunately. And I have my father's been incarcerated plenty of times in his life. I'm dealing with friends at the moment that are incarcerated. My brother's been incarcerated. It's just, it's crazy to be a part of that. Although I'm not the one incarcerated, just dealing with them behind those walls, it's a lot. It's a lot. I've cried many a nights because of that.
What motivates you to get up every day?
Honestly, my daughter. I do believe that the kids are the future, and it's like if she sees mommy, kind of burnt out, not wanting to do, kind of giving up, then what exactly is she going to want to do in the future? Nothing. I don't want my daughter to grow up like that, thinking that there's no hope. So on a daily basis, I just had to, you got to give yourself a pep talk. Like, you got to do it for her, if not for yourself.
Do you believe the entertainment business in America, for example, music, movies, and sports, are helping or hurting the functional black families, and how?
Now, it's helping more now than it was before. We're starting to see a lot more like black characters in a positive light, not like negative, because before it was just like always something negative. It was usually something about, black people going to jail or slavery or something like that. Although that's something we need to know, but it's like, okay, when are we going to get our spotlight? Something positive, something that we can show our kids, like, yeah, we did this. I think now we're doing better, but it's nowhere where it should be. We still have some work to do. We got a long way to go.
Are you more comfortable living in all white community or all black community, and why?
To be honest, it's about the same for me at the moment, because living in a black community, yeah, I'm around people that look like me. I'm around, I can say, yeah, I'm living in my culture, but it's the actions. Like, you sometimes you don't feel safe because people don't know, they don't know how to act, and that's just being real. I can talk about that because I am a part of that culture. And same for a white community. It may look better on the outside, but there's always going to be some type of stereotype, some type of racism that lies behind the door. Plenty of people live every day and they're racist, and you would never know until something happens. And it's like, that's the same thing with a black community. We're the complete opposite. People judge us based off of what they see on a daily basis, but we're I think the greatest people ever. You would never know because of how some people act, but I think we're awesome.
Okay, and when you arrive to a medical center, do you request for a black doctor?
I can't say that I ever have, only because I've never had a bad experience when it comes to doctors. But I wouldn't, if someone did that, I wouldn't, say that they were wrong. If that's where you feel comfortable, do you.
If you had one message to black people, what would it be?
My message to black people is come together, okay? We're so worried about the white community and how they see us, but we're not worried about changing our actions, so that they can see us in a better light. Yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, but the change has to start within first. Like, we have to change as a community, as the black community, before they can ever see us any different. We're gonna keep doing the same things we've been doing for years and acting the same way. They're never gonna see us any different.
Okay, and do you see all black people the same?
I do not. I think it's you can't really see all of any race the same, to be honest, because everybody is different. Everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own objectives, in life, and it's just like I can't say that you and I are the same. yeah, we're both black, but we're not the same.
Hmm.
And I don't think it's fair for one race or one culture to be put put in one.
In one group.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, do you believe mixed races share the same struggles as black people?
that's tough. I mean, they could, but I don't think that it'll ever be to the same magnitude. um that's really tough. But I mean, let me say this, like I said, they can, but I do believe that the situations are handled differently. There are things that that person, being a mixed person or a mixed race, can do to get out of that. But a black person who's just you know fully black, no, they wouldn't be able to do that, and it sucks.
Were you raised by both parents or one?
I actually was just raised by my mother. My dad was kind of in and out. um, I mean, he's after so long he was there, but kind of growing up until maybe about middle school, he wasn't. And it affected me a lot because I was a daddy's girl. But I think one good thing about black people is that we're strong, and we actually get over things. It's like you have no choice. We're resilient. We have no choice but to do what we have to do. So even as a child, it's like, well, he's not here. What can I do? You just got to get over it. I think that's one great thing about us.
Do you think black people should date out of the race?
I honestly don't see a problem with it, as long as they understand what they're getting themselves into. Because I don't, love is love. If you find yourself loving outside of your race, then that's what you do. But it's a lot that comes with that. And if you're not ready, it can actually drive that love, a wedge between that love. And then you just going to be out here looking crazy.
All right, and last question I ask everybody. If you had one wish for black people, what would it be?
Um, I really just wish that we could live in peace and not have to look over our shoulders every 5 seconds, not having to, check our surroundings all the time or worry about what's going to happen if we go and check the mail. Like, it's a struggle having to do that every day. It's stressful.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. And until then.